Come on in, everyone, and happy Monday. I would say I'm sorry, but this channel is marked mature because we are not. Quick rundown of things because we have a lot to get through today, mainly a massive combat. Music you're listening to right now is by Aaron Kenny. You can find it over at the YouTube library of royalty-free music. Music and sound effects during the game will be by Sirenscape or my players. The overlay starting soon screen and map and that thing where you see character stats were made by me in Incarnate. All the character art was made by the lovely Nathan, who unfortunately could not be here today because he had a function thing to go to. Yes. So I'm gonna do the as best I can to not kill his character. If you want to catch up to all the stuff that we have done so far in this campaign, in the 8 Coins campaign, or any other TTRPG or other RPG-related stuff, you can check it out over on the YouTube channel, or you can just come and hang out with us, because we have a Discord. I have to talk faster because Lillith is so good at the whole commands thing. And if you want to see what you can do to help or hinder the party, you can do just that and type in !perks in the chat. The players in the 8 Coins campaign absolutely destroyed the Wandering Boss that was redeemed. I feel so sorry for Tony because, well, when you have players who are actually smart about combat, your bosses tend to melt away. So,
aided by the tiefling firing a fireball at the party on the monster.
Smart or just lucky it's not.
Smart and put a whale on it.
Yes.
Cat. That was me that dropped a whale on someone once.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Siri just decided, like, what's the biggest creature that you can become, Druid?
Yes.
A whale.
All right.
Oh, we're right over the thing. Whoops.
Yeah, if you look at stream,
you
can see.
I someone into a whale. And,
you did.
Crashed the party and the boss. Oops.
Yeah. So yeah, that was in one of Josh the Pirate's games, one of the Christmas games.
Yes.
My poor autonomous bard got crushed by a sperm whale. That about 2 seconds before was the barbarian of the party. And then immediately turned back into the barbarian because they took enough fall damage. Whoops. So, you know, the thing we were fighting died too, so I didn't really complain. But
I have the dumb.
Andy, who are you playing?
Yes, accusations, word allegations, and stuff. And I'm Andy. I think people call me that. I will be portraying the slightly deranged illusionist wizard Kryren, and for this session, I will have to bestow upon you that Dios Pyros nigra, a black sapoti is a species of the persimmon. Common name include black soap apple, and it derives from the Greek words of Dios and Pyron, with meaning divine fruit. And the ripe fruit have the taste and consistency of chocolate pudding.
Now I want chocolate pudding, damn you. Hi, Jason.
Congratulations.
Lillith.
Hi.
Hello. All of us are like, how do we follow that?
I'm playing Flo. Blakewood, the bark of the party, and I do actually have chocolate pudding, protein one, in my fridge.
Well, I'm going
Yay.
shopping tomorrow, so I know what I'm getting.
Whoop, whoop.
Now I want chocolate pudding and my groceries arrived today, so I cannot buy more.
We can give you an excuse to go out. We can shout the word that is not allowed to be shouted at the top of our lungs.
Please don't. It's 3:44 in the morning. Nothing is open.
Even
All
the
right.
Golden Arches.
I would have to drive 45 minutes to the first open Macca's. Yeah.
Speaking of early calls, Terris.
Hello, I am Sir Terris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. Today I will be playing Oren Weaver, the albino drow bard. And did you know that grapes will explode in the microwave because their sugar content makes them heat rapidly and burst when microwaved?
They also could produce plasma internally.
Ooh, plasma. Delicious. I would eat plasma. I think
No,
I'm
delicious
hungry.
plasma.
Speaking of chaos gremlins, Psycole.
Me?
Yes.
I don't know what you're referring to. Hi, I'm Psycole. I play Remus Del Dawn. And also Romulus Del Dawn today. The Kalishtar twins, one barbarian, one warlock. And we are going to have a lot of fun.
I sure hope so.
So barbarian and warlock multi-class would be a brawl lock, right?
A barlock?
Brawl lock.
Barblock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because brawl.
Yes.
I want to play a barbarian bard and just call it a barbar.
Barbarian.
No, just a
No.
barbar.
Barbar.
Baba.
Barbar.
Barbar.
Are they also a barber? So they're the
Yes.
barbar. Yeah, the barbar.
Ba 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 ba.
And they would also have to be a satyr, so they're a barbar.
Yes.
Who's also a barkeeper.
Yes.
There is
That
a
owns the
Swedish.
ba.
Yes, there is a Swedish
And-
one of those actually.
And they should also be the estranged family member, because then they are a bar black sheep.
Bar. That is a correct Swedish sentence.
Yes, it is.
I approve.
I'm kind of hesitant to
Still
give Psycole inspiration already because I know that he's very likely to do the recap. But you get the punspiration anyway. If you have it, you can bounce it.
I haven't used my inspiration for a while, so I have not been keeping up my end of the recap bargain.
Oh no! The Chaos Gremlin doesn't have hasn't had used his inspiration.
Who needs inspiration?
I
Romulus
don't
doesn't.
have, but if anyone else doesn't, they can take it.
Well, no, it's yours.
Give the bard some inspiration. They inspire us every day.
Bad inspiration, yay!
Yay! Fitting as it was for a pun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very punny.
And hi, I'm Ardana or Joe or you there since Lillith is here, the long-suffering GM and channel runner. Not really suffering. I brought this on myself. Happily.
You brought all the you just brought all the chaos
Honk, honk.
gremlins together.
You would think that that would cause me distress, but no, I thrive in this kind of environment. It's when people actually sit down and behave that I get flustered.
Oh well, there's no risk of that happening with me around. I have never once behaved in my life.
I know, right? Why do you think I keep inviting you? Because I know that games never get boring. But
What's behaving?
when you sit down and you follow the railroad that the GM lays out perfectly.
I believe it's also known as a coma.
Mhm. Oh, I've never been in one of
Huh.
those.
No, me either.
Like,
We can arrange that.
I, as a GM, would be
Right.
so bored if my players just follow the plot exactly. It's I don't understand why people would want that. Teach their own.
Okay, so
It's not for me.
This is the second time I've tried to start making something for my 1-year-old godson thing. Mine. And now the dog has claimed this one. The cat claimed the first one, the dog's claimed this one, so I'm gonna have to start over.
Oh
He's just
no.
wrapped himself in it. I tried to take it off him and he just sort of didn't growl or anything, but just looked at me like, bitch, please.
It's mine.
All right.
Bitch, please, I'm cold.
All right. So, for a recap of what happened last time.
Last time, Robulus led the way in to this wonderful cave complex. And we came across a guy who was twirling a dagger and looking after 3 of the dogs. Roscoe, Lyra, and Neil, because he doesn't kneel or do anything like that at all.
He kneels to no one.
Yes. A brief conversation ensued about going to see the boss. And so Romulus, Craren, and Oren made their way up there, with Flo and Remus holding back slightly because Flo was rather insistent that she wanted her crossbow boat back, in a vague hope, I believe, to try to explore the base slightly and find her mentor. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out as planned, and so we ended up coming back to the main party and meeting a creep. A very creepy character who attempted to did unnerve most of us and attempted to get us to attack them in some way, shape, or form. Very well played by the DM. But we continued our ongoing ruse of pretending that the cultists that we fought the day before, or this morning, were part of this group, and they were actually wares in disguise and had infiltrated the group in some way, shape, or form. We were trying to provide that information. We weren't quite sure whether or not he had managed to suss it out when he approached Flo and took down her hood, I believe, to hold on to one of her horns. And after after continued tension rising, and Remus also deciding to interact with the priest's dog and convincing them to do a runner so that they weren't in the room at the time, and take the 3 dogs and the trainer that was there beforehand out to hunt rabbits, I think it was, and be a good dog. The priest was knocked over, and Remus helps him up and into the fire, and then we basically spent the best part of 2 game hours in combat for various different rounds, including a well-placed sleep spell by Oren, who successfully managed to take out 2 dogs and 2 henchies, although at the cost of a fair amount of Oren's poor health again.
That happens.
It's a trend.
Rolling back slightly, Flo had managed to convince everyone that she was going to go get her crossbow bolt, and had gone out to explore and found where her boss was. And when the fight started, Remus was basically telling everyone to go and find Flo, which the priest instructed one of his cultists to do the same and instruct them to kill her boss. So we're kind of separated into two groups at the moment. Romulus is kind of chasing down one of the cultists to kind of make his way towards where Flo is. Flo is with her mentor and Eos. And the other three are in another room fighting off some henchmen. 4 of which are asleep.
Yes. All right. Well, that was an excellent recap. Since I know you have inspiration, and I always give out inspiration, do you want to... Who doesn't
Who doesn't what?
have
Who
inspiration?
doesn't have inspiration?
Haven't had inspiration since March, but that's besides the point.
I do have
Well-
inspiration.
Well, since you're the only one who doesn't, you can have it.
He sounds so happy.
Yes, because I never
Totally.
remember to. It's like I have it, and then it's like can use it at a better time, further ahead and doing all the other jazz. And so, but yeah, last time I had it, I used it immediately because I've actually found a use for it. So it's not that I'm opposed having it. It's more of a. I just never really find a time and place to use it.
I shall remind you to use it.
I will also remind you to use it. if I
Thank you.
remember.
I have exactly the same problem with Bardic Inspiration,
Yes.
which I believe Remus has,
Yes.
but he still hasn't
Yeah.
used.
Yes.
When does it expire?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, that might come in handy for
Yeah.
something he has planned.
So about 9 minutes after, the 2 dogs and the cultists wake up.
That's only for a minute. Shit.
Yeah, sleep is only for a minute. You have about 40 seconds left.
That's enough turns to kill them all.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, old guy is gone. Might as well unalive the other guys.
I think you wanted to save the dogs, and that was about it. So,
Yep. That's why Oren knocked them out.
but if we are all as comfortable as we are going to get, let's
I am sufficiently confused.
get started.
Let's do it.
Chaos, darkness, screaming voices all around you in both pain and rage. You know this state, Oren. You were raised in it. A state of endless opportunities. You're not sure exactly what happened. 1 minute, everything was tense and balancing on that delicious edge of anticipation. Then the hounds ran off. The leader, Declan, was thrown into a fire pit. Spectral flames bloom around you. Pain nearly brought you to your knees again. Flo ran off somewhere earlier. Chaos. The one thing you and the bitch holding your leash agree on is its beauty. Now you just need to get out of this cave and back to civilization to cash in the rewards owed for this whole ordeal. Craren kneeling by the prone sleeper as he slid the blade into the man's throat. Remus bashing the seller's body with that large hammer. Your body is ablaze with about 9 different shades of pain. The world is shifting around you, and all you can hear is the spinning of a coin, unsure which side it's going to land on. As in this brief moment, because we ended last session on Oren's turn, you have Remus, you're up next. At the end of your turn, what would you like to do in this situation?
The end of my turn?
Yes.
I think I've done it. I've finished. I've actioned. I don't think I've got any bardics left, so. I don't think I've got anything else to do, so I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride.
All right. Remus.
Remus is going to, once my mouse, there we go, is going to hit the cultist in front of him.
All right. That definitely hits.
Perfect. Oh, he's raging as well. Sorry, forgot
Yes.
for that. So it'll be 9, 10, 11. 4.
As you swing the hammer around, you see the cultist raise his the packed blade he brought forward, try to brace, and it breaks under the hammer. How do you want to do it?
Well, seeing as though he is bringing up the blade to kind of protect himself, the hammer just basically punches through that blade and straight into his chest.
Yeah.
Blunt force trauma. There's a bit of a crunch. There's some ribs poking out
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
You just hear the exhale of it, and then the body falls limp on the ground.
Cool. He will quickly call out to Oren and Craren
Oh yeah,
to say,
this one's gone.
With all the subtlety and finesse.
I am a hammer. I hit things. Simples.
Yes, you are.
Do you? What do you want me to do with the dogs and the other creatures? Because I suspect Flo needs our help.
Well, I thought you wanted to keep dogs alive, so I put them to sleep. The humanoids, I could care less about.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to continue your unalivement session.
Fair enough. He will kind of carefully walk his way across the body, the bodies and the sleeping forms, and then this one here, he will just bring the hammer down again, which I think we established is with advantage because it's
Oh yeah, he is out cold.
incapacitated.
moving.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, it's with advantage. Yeah, that hits. And it is a crit because incapacitated. Again, how do you want to do it? The guy is sleeping.
Yeah. So I would like to say it's a light tap, but it's not. It's probably quite a heavy hammer fall to his head, and it just pops.
Okay. Like a.
I saw a watermelon do that once. Wow.
Much more fun when heads do it.
But less edible.
Depends on who you're talking to.
PSA: don't eat human brains if you're a human.
So this is a smashing hit.
Yes. He'll say then, Craren, can you dispatch the other guy, and I'm gonna start making my way towards Flo. And he will. So I think it was 5.
I'll do that.
10, 15, 20, 25. He gets to basically to the top of the gap.
All right. That means
And that is his turn.
That means it is Elos's turn.
Okay. Elos will slide over next to Flo, who has Flo fully transformed at this point.
No, she.
Yes.
Oh, you did last time.
Yeah, when she jumped to open the...
Yeah. So yeah, hybrid form.
And she was basically transformed over this poor guy. It was like, oh, hello.
Elos will kind of come up to you and go, I don't know if this is a good time, but do you want me to help?
Just snuggle.
Mm.
What is Elos's spell save DC?
Let me check.
Hmm.
Also, as a reminder, Elos is currently a pair of silver shackles.
Oh, so I forgot about that. Can he cast?
Yeah, about that. She wouldn't snuggle up to that. She's like,
Let's see. Well,
What do you mean you want to remain at a distance?
there is no thing here that says it cannot cast spells while in object form.
Okay. That's what I was just checking because I was a bit like, surely not. Do we know what the spell save DC is, or do you just want to make it the same as whatever Romulus's is?
Let me see. His spell save is charisma, or his casting stuff is charisma, so it would be.
Yeah, it's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus modifier.
And his proficiency is. I'm dumb. Come on, level 5. What's your proficiency?
I think 3.
Let's say 3, so it's 14. DC 14.
Okay. Okay, here comes the fun bit. I apologise, I should have measured this beforehand. 10-foot radius sphere. Excellent. Can all of those please make a wisdom save as he casts confusion on them?
I love it. All right. That's a save. Wait. You're just determined to force me to use every single.
Character sheet, yes. Sorry, you conveniently clumped them all together for me, and I was like, "That's an AOE if ever I saw one."
This guy just seems to be like full body shudder, shaking it off. This guy is in pain and seems to be like channeling that adrenaline from having his knee blown out and high as a fucking kite to barely succeed. The one around the corner dodges out of the way as he starts seeing weird colors. This guy also seems to barely be able to shrug it off. Come on. That one fails, however. So this guy is very confused. He's looking at the others like, pretty colors. I'm gonna put a little bit of a mark on that guy. And this lady behind here also fails and is just giggling to herself in a corner.
Perfect.
Oh dear.
Hello, Mr. Corner. Fancy meeting you.
Yeah, it's like, colors. Funny. What are we doing? Oh, spinny. Alright, Elos has some movement left. And bonus action. I don't. You did cast a spell, so you can't use Misty Step this time. But you have movement left.
Yeah, he's just gonna like tuck behind Flo and like just hide.
Alright. So, confused Zealot Fanatic, number 1. What do they do?
Number 1, yay.
They have to roll a d10,
Alright.
and that determines what they have to do.
D10, that is a 4.
So 2 to 6, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay, so you Flo, you basically see this clad in white zealot in the back first start giggling and just looking at things, and then just freezing and staring up into the ceiling, just as that is their turn.
And you get this little chuckle from Elos behind you to go.
And I love it. I love it so much. We move over to the Zealot fanatic, currently face to face with Romulus, and again, she has pulled out the weapon, green glowing white flames, and she's going to try and swipe at Romulus as he's a little bit close for her comfort. Where did I put?
Oh.
They're gonna compare swords again.
Yes, probably. That is a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5 slashing and 10 necrotic damage as she brings the blade around across the front of his body. And just grins, smile growing more and more fanatic. Just gonna then look around and look at the oh yeah, that's now I remember. Oren, yeah, the last thing you did before we ended last time was bringing your animals in.
Yes, my critters.
Yeah, she's gonna look around at the critter behind her, and yeah, she's gonna risk it. She's gonna step into the water here to get away from it.
Was that the axe beak?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it can then make an opportunity attack, yes?
It can if you want to.
I want to. I've just got to pull up the character sheet and wait for it to load. So it is going to Beaky Beaky?
Yep. Hold on. I actually...
I guess that's a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Doing 5 slashing damage.
Loading.
Yeah, I realized that you guys could see the DM screen. Romulus would see her step around and then just as the beak just digs into her back. As it is his turn.
Let me just check something. That's tempting. I don't think he's done that yet. I don't know if I want to do that for him or not. Anyway,
remember,
he
is out of spells. Just a reminder.
Yeah, no, I was double checking that one as well.
Yeah.
So he will swing out with his longsword and with Starfall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
16 does hit.
Okay, perfect. So there's 19 damage in total.
Nice. Romulus sees her step around, trying to get away from the axe beak, taking the blunt in the back, and then as he swings the sword around, how do you want to do it?
So as he swings the sword around, he'll say, "And it looks like my sword's better still," and he slices across her face. But as it
Nice.
does so, it kind of trails something off of it,
Yeah.
and it pulls a spectre from her body as he activates his accursed spectre ability.
Nice.
Which, sorry, I need to have a spectre, please.
Yep.
I thought
At
it was
least
going to be Dax
I'm
managing.
not controlling the damn thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You put us up against an army, we bring an army to fight.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
All
you
right.
shall know us by the trail of dead.
In this case, quite literally. And
They call it the Rails of Mourning because of all the people mourning in our wake.
That's actually pretty good. All right. Let me put this guy.
I have a very angry monstrous kitty cat at my door.
Okay, you should be able to
I can
control
hear
this
him.
specter now.
Can indeed. I need to roll initiative for it as well.
I just roll it on Romulus. It's easier that
Okay,
way.
we're just doing that. That's fine. Okay, cool. And he'll command it to wait outside and tell us whether or not anything else is.
Oh yeah,
Coming
because you
back.
guys can do that.
Hmm?
No, so normally if you're playing a warlock, a hexblade warlock, you can't talk to it. But because you're Kalashtar and you have the mind link, you can actually talk to it.
Yes. And what's more is I can go further in, and providing I stay within 60 feet of the Spectre, the Spectre can still communicate back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or back to Romulus.
Yep.
Yes. He'll instruct it to go outside, and effectively it will kind of come out here and almost like just be this shadowy form just at the entrance to the cave, keeping an eye out on to make sure that the bandit and the dogs don't start making their way back.
Alright, this guy has moved away, so that you can't see that. But yeah, the Spectre can see that the dogs are currently sniffing around, making friends with the mules. And the handler is trying desperately to get them to do something else than be friends with the mules.
Okay, perfect. And what he'll then do is he will try to charge past the axe beacon up this ramp if he can.
Alright, yep. You run up to next to the axe beak, and you see that the ledge, so it goes in like steps. Each step is about 5.5 feet. So you would have to climb up, but you can run up to it and then climb up to the next one.
Okay. All of that with his current movement of 30 feet, yeah?
Let's see. From here, you can get past there. You can just about get up on the next ledge. So here, if you want. You have to hold Alt to find a good spot. That's not a wall, but yeah.
Okay, fine. He'll do that.
Perfect. Well, something went weird with my camera. Doodah.
I didn't do it.
This guy is currently not grappled by, but being held by Flo's mentor, by Durin, like his head. He still has a scimitar, and he's going to swipe up to try and cut the talon holding him. Let's see how that goes. Ooh, that is actually a hit. I'm surprised. The scimitar makes contact. Ooh, that is actually quite a substantial amount of damage. What he has left. And you, Flo, you see Durin just pull back. and the cut is not healing.
God damn you, Silver!
With his back against that boulder, he's not gonna move. He's basically pinned in. So we're gonna move over to Craren.
Yeah.
Cat is losing his
so-
mind.
Yes, Cat is annoyed that it's not num times yet.
Mhm.
You know, it's only 40 more minutes.
I know,
But
right?
I also have a closed door.
Yes.
And
Oh
that,
no, you
Great hell.
monster.
mhm,
How
Um,
dare you close him out?
yes. Yes, that the Crown is here apparently. Yes, I was wondering.
You can see his little teethies.
Oh,
Hi.
yes, Auntie Lillith is coming to visit you. Yay. Lots of treats.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he's lacking this tooth and this one, sometimes his lower canine just goes.
He's so cute.
Yes. All right, Craren. Yes.
Yes. Let's see. This is a measurement thing, I think. I mean, I know it's enough. So yeah, there you go. And they're asleep, and
Yep.
he is asleep. Singular person thing.
Mm-hmm.
Will you, for the sake of argument, allow me to use a ranged spell as a non-ranged spell because flare?
Which spell are we talking?
Chromatic orb.
If
Just instead of hurling it towards the target, can I just push it into the target?
you're gonna take some damage if you do that, but not as much as your target will.
Craren will avoid this. Craren will be attacking this guy over here. Click, and that guy over there. Because
Yep.
the other guys are dead.
Yeah, the other guy is dead. The dogs are still asleep.
So rules as written advantage.
Because you're using a ranged, it would be with disadvantage, which cancels out.
I'm using it as a ranged spell.
Yes.
Hi.
Prone, you have disadvantage on prone with ranged attacks, but because they're asleep, you have advantage, which makes it a straight roll.
Ah, yes, my bad. Let's see how this rolls. Let me just check something.
So you would have it would be a normal attack.
Yeah. It just occurred to me that no, Crane wouldn't use chromatic orb for that reason because this is a stationary object.
Yeah.
Of course he wouldn't. He will, on the other hand, let's see, where is he? Here, he will walk up to this guy,
All right.
kneel next to this guy, and he will punch him in the throat.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume that this is a touch spell.
Which spell?
Inflict wounds.
Yes, it is. That would be
It is a
with
touch
advantage. Yes, inflict wounds
Yes.
is a touch spell, and it would be with advantage.
Yes, because it's more of a stationary object. He's actually
Mhm.
laying on the ground. I can see how that's more difficult to actually do. Yes.
Yes.
But I'm essentially holding this guy down. He is sleeping, and I'm punching him in the throat.
Yes. Roll attack.
So 23 should hit.
23 does hit, and because he's asleep, that is a crit. I just want to see how much damage you do, how much you overkill him. So
Okay,
yeah.
so that's that's one max and then roll, or what? How
No,
do you roll? Or double roll?
Double roll.
Double roll.
Yes.
I'll roll that manually because that's 10d10. That's not what I wanted to do. How do I roll more than one?
If you go advanced roller.
Oh, advanced. Yeah.
Yes,
there
because I'm sorry, Flo. Because the turn order thing got all messed up when we did the tokens. You will be after Craren because you're technically after Oren, but.
So that's 52 damage.
Wanna know how many hit points he had?
About 10.
Necrotic damage, mind you.
Yeah, he had 11 hit points.
I mean,
You have
Melt.
vaporized another creature.
what was that phrase again? So,
do you
how
want-
insta-death in D&D works.
Yeah. Robert Hartley. Just like, so how insta-death in D&D? How that works? No, how do you want to overkill this?
I'm going
His
to assume that
son is gonna feel the pain.
I'm going to assume that Craren is going to be very surprised when he just punched straight through his throat and just punched the ground.
Yeah. You punch through his throat, punch the ground, you barely manage to hold back enough to not just scrape your hand on the gravel. And you look up and there's nothing there. Nothing except... Actually...
It's 3 points off from being 5 times the maximum hit point.
Yeah, which is what happened to my poor warlock. When he got vaporized by a lightning bolt.
Because I think it's insta-death with 3 times, right?
Insta-death is twice your maximum.
Isn't it 3 times?
No, because you have to take it down to 0 and then do another maximum.
So that's sort of what I'm saying. That's why I'm calculating 3. So maximum hit point plus, yeah. But yeah. So
you look up. You look up, and the only thing that is left by this guy is a pair, the light crossbow that he was holding, a scimitar by his where his hand was, pair of boots, and a silver chain with the with a pendant that has the silver flame emblem on it.
In Elvish, seeing this, Oren just going to go, Craren, if I ever piss you off, make sure we talk about it.
Will do.
He's not there, I don't think, actually.
No, Oren, you're just around the corner. Like you can see
Craren
this.
is going to yoink that necklace.
All right. You joink it.
Reasons.
Yeah, you joink it and you look at it, and it looks like the regular silver flame emblem, but it has an addition to it that you haven't really seen before. It's it has the normal silver flame is what looks like a silver and blue thing, stylized. This one has what looks like a halo on it as well.
Right.
You still have about 10 feet of movement left.
I mean, so 5 feet, 10 feet. Yeah. That's crap.
All right, Flo, because we missed you because turn orders got all messed up.
All by myself.
Yes, I know, Cat. Everything sucks.
So it's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn. Because we missed you, so I'm putting you in.
So this poor little fucker in front of me. Oh wait, I still have my target.
That's gonna hit, yeah. How do you want to do it, Flo? How do you want to do it?
So basically seeing her master or mentor hurt, you can just see this poor suckers turn around, and not only is like the dagger through his throat, her like whole nails are through it.
Nice.
And you can just hear her say like, "No touchy."
Holy fuck.
You see Durin turn to you, Flo, and like in his hybrid form, he has the beak, but most of his face is still like elven, and he just raises an eyebrow and just clacks his beak once. He's okay. As the guys,
yeah,
his eyes just go wide and then just look against, like on the boulder.
And when she will do the thing we talked about, Joe.
Yes.
And just walk over him and let some drippy drip happen.
No, yeah, that guy is dead. He had 4 hit points left, and you did 4.
Oh no.
Unless you want to specify non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Then he's at 0. But he's not dead. And Vitz also redeemed the secret.
Over to each poor sucker too.
Alright. That hits. For the 7. And yeah, he this is the guy you hurt, called Tristan. He looks at you just backing away, and then the snarl blooms on his face just as you stab him, and it's just I should have known. And then just wait, is that guy dead? That guy dead. Does not need to be in turn order, if dead. Alright, you have a bonus action if you want it.
I don't think I can do much.
I mean, daggers are technically light weapons, so...
Can I do one more attack?
If it says on your sheet that you have 2 weapon fighting, daggers normally have that. So that means that you can attack, because they are light weapons, you can attack with your bonus action as well. Because you have 2.
Trying to see where it's at.
It's normally under actions if you go to D&D Beyond. It's usually under actions. Or your weapon. Oh, it's on the bonus.
Why is D&D Beyond so bright?
Because I don't know. People who develop web pages, dark mode, night mode, darkness mode. Please.
Yes, please.
Let's see.
I say as I am the creator of X Venom. I mean, nothing.
Two weapon fighting.
Yeah, so you have multi-attack, and then you have 2 weapon fighting. 2 weapon fighting should be under your bonus action.
It says hybrid form predatory strike. That's all it says. So I can only attack twice with Chaka.
Apparently. I don't think they assume that if you're a hybrid form, you attack with daggers. It's kind of not really the norm. Because normally, you would do more damage with your predatory strike. But special daggers. Sort of.
They're kind of attached.
Yes. I mean, they are kind of fingerless. But you can't really do the strike because they are part of the glove or gauntlet. Alright. Hey. So it is this bandit's turn. Bandit, Durin, and then Oren. So this bandit is going to like looking around, barely shaking off the colors and noises from the confusion spell. He's gonna come around here, look between Flo and her mentor. I'm actually going to do this. And he's going to pull out the light crossbow and shoot at you, Flo.
Mm-hmm.
So let me check. For 14.
Just hits.
All right. I mean, it's 2 piercing damage. Have to not halved.
Because it's silver.
It's silver.
Those bastards.
So whips around, pulls out the crossbow. You hear the clang of it just as the bolt just strikes your side. It doesn't get lodged in there, but you can feel like this burning sensation as it cuts through your armor. And then he's basically gonna back the fuck away again into this corner. And we're going to do that. What's your passive perception, Flo?
My passive perception is
Yes.
18.
You see him crouch down in the shadows around that corner, clearly trying to hide from you. But
She is like staring this guy down. You can see that she's like looking at the arrow, looking at the corner, like. Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, that did not work. All right. Flo, just behind you, like you're looking at this cultist who's just shot you, and then you see a fluttering of feathers next to you. As Durin is going to... How far can you go? What's your fly speed? I should know because I put it in there. How far in hybrid? That is a lot. He is going to dive down here and attack these two. Well, he's gonna attack this guy first. Predatory strike. That guy is gonna have a bad day. Yeah, that's gonna hit. So you see him first like come down, and from like his arms have extended quite a bit, and you see they've started to turn into wings, and that end in these talons. He's gonna strike that guy down, and you just hear a shriek as this guy falls. And he's gonna look over his shoulder to you, Flo, and just... Did you want to save the hurt one?
And you can just see like the grin on her face grow.
That's not an answer.
I wouldn't say save.
Ah.
Push them in the right direction.
Interesting. And he's gonna like bend down, look at this guy who's hurt, and he's going to try to clack him with a beak for 23.
That's the verbiage now.
Yes, clack.
Fair enough.
You just hear crunching of that leg that you shot. As the beak just closes around the knee. That guy needs to make it. Ah! Why? Well, he's saved.
Darn
But you don't know that. And Druid's gonna stand up and stretch a little bit, and is shaking his hand and just twisting it back and forth. You can see like there's still an angry, bleeding welt down his arm. Oren.
Oh no. Okay. Oren is going to wander over to where Craren is here between these two dogs, and he's just going to go, I need to incapacitate these for when they wake up.
It's entirely fair.
If we don't want to be fighting. Yeah. And because he's the only one in the room, he is speaking Elvish. So just, yeah. So I have to incapacitate these before they wake up. And he's going to sort of dig into his bag and, I think start pulling out scarves. Now, you've worked in veterinary before, haven't you, Ardana?
No.
No.
I wanted to, but no.
Well, what he's going to try and do is the makeshift muzzle that you can do with crepe bandages, basically, which is around the mouth and then tied behind the head.
Yeah.
To muzzle these dogs.
Yep, absolutely. They're asleep. They're not gonna fight you. It will take your action to get both dogs, but
that is fine.
They can't fight you. They're asleep.
Yep, that is absolutely fine. So that is what he is going to do with his action. Then I've got animals to send off. What is the movement speed on a freaking ape? Let's have a look. 30 feet. Okay.
It's yay much.
It's 30 feet. So let me get my ruler. So I'm going to say...
Yeah, if you move the axe beak first, you will save some movement speed. So because they don't have to get around it.
Axe beak first. Let me check the speed on an axe beak. 50 feet. Okay. So I want to get them to about there, I think. Are these guys here awake, alive?
Yes.
Frightened.
So the axe beak is going to come up to the nearest one and give him a little peck.
That hits. Yep.
18 hit. Yes. Doing 4 slashing damage.
All right. Axe beak. Well, everyone would hear a very manly shriek as the axe beak pecks this bandit in the back, and just as he turns around and sees a giant bird behind him.
So the first ape can get there.
Yes.
And the
This
second
must be a
ape can get
bad
there.
day for the silver flames.
Yeah.
Two lycanthropes, a big bird,
Oh wait,
gorilla.
these things can actually dash. So That's a 30 feet of movement. If I dash, I can get another 30 feet. So 5. I'm assuming this is difficult terrain here through the bird.
Yeah, it would be.
So I'll get him there,
Poor cultist.
and I'll get that one there.
Yeah, it's like, this day has started so well. Where did we go wrong? You kidnapped Flo's mentor. That's where you went wrong.
This is what you
So-
call war crimes.
There we go. The cavalry has arrived. I don't think I moved. No, I did move Aura. That's fine.
All right, we have these cultists. The guy that you just stabbed stares at you, Flo, and Tristan is just again instead of doing the whole whee that the others do, he just snaps his hand, and you see this flame wreaths around his arm and comes out into a point. And he's basically gonna lunge forward and try to stab you with it.
Youchie.
Yes. Hello? No, that's a 9. How do you... So he lunges forward towards you. You see this pointed, almost like a spear of white flames.
So you know how, like, a dog dodges and just pushes up something?
Yeah.
So basically, Flo is still small-ish to be a werewolf, but she dodges as he tries to hit you, and she just pushes up the hand, so the hand is here,
Yeah.
and you can see her open her jaw.
Nice. And he just glares at you like face to face and just, I will take your head for my wall.
Oh no.
So said your brother.
Oh, you bitch. Flo, it's your turn. Remus, you're up.
Oh.
Well then.
Nom.
Okay,
Nom.
so crunch into his arm. And that means I need to do a thing. That was a little bit sad. But what's the DC?
What is her DC? We found... Where the fuck did we find it out?
Concerns.
I think it's a...
God damn it, we talked about this.
I think it's a 15, but let me double check.
It was a 15, wasn't it? It was a 15 or a 16.
Let me check. Game rules. Actually, I to do this instead because it's being slow.
Where the fuck does it...
Ba, ba, ba.
Okay, so it... Why? I think you said 15. Which means he fails.
Yeah, I
Yes,
can't
yes.
find anything. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a 15. I found our notes. So he fails that one. Doesn't know it.
Yeah.
But with that crunch in his arm, you see his eye just blaze with pain, anger, and complete insanity. And it's just... Even though you didn't really do that much damage, these guys know what you just did. And he's just, you dare! You have 14, I believe. Hits, yes. But yes. Did you bite him again, or are you swiping?
She would just like, you can like crunch and then open her jaw a little bit and just crunch down again. So everyone can hear like bone crunching.
Yeah, and a pain just groan, and you start hearing muttered swearing under your breath, Flo. You still have a bonus action and movement left. And then it's Remus.
Nom.
14 does hit again. You just keep crunching down on that same spot. You can see the flames flicker a little bit as you crunch down, but he's still holding. But he is looking badly hurt at this point.
This is the one with the arm past Flo's head, right? Is this Flo literally
Yeah.
just like...
Basically, his hand is caught on her shoulder, and she's just crunching on his wrist.
Just locking her jaw on it.
Oh dear.
Remus, you hear this groan of pain just echo through the caves around you. Hi.
Sounds like someone's having fun.
But yes, Remus, you're up.
Okay, cool. He is just going to run towards the shouts of pain in the hopes that he can hit more people. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then he'll dash and basically kind of climb up next to his brother and go, a bit of a traffic jam here, I see.
Oh, we need Nathan here. It's just, it would seem that way. It's probably what he would have said.
Yes. And he would lose his rage because he hasn't done anything.
Fair enough. Elos is up after
he's-
this.
Yeah, he's just going to stand there and
Look at
Keep
the
an eye on his
gorilla's
brother.
butt.
yes. Yes.
All right, Elos.
Elos will creep out from his hiding place, go to this cultist who I believe was the one that Flo dripped the blood onto
Yes.
and made unconscious, and basically use the silver manacles to manipulate the objects to kind of
Oh, lock him in. All right, cool.
With Elos still inside them because he's still concentrating on the confusion spell.
Yeah, that gun's dead. Well, seeing as this guy is confused, I need to roll another. What is it? D10.
Hold on, let me check to see whether or not you can break out of it. 2 seconds. I put it into chat earlier on.
Oh yeah.
At
And
the end of its turns, an affected target can make a wisdom saving throw again.
all right, let's do that because I've got.
DC was 14.
Yeah, he broke out. Or
Okay.
yeah. So they broke out of that. She broke out of that. So it is her turn. She's going to basically just push through this confused guy and this guy who for some reason hasn't had a turn yet. Why? Why are you not in a turn order?
Oh dear.
Who's not in the turn order?
The scout, which is fine. They can go after this. She's gonna push through these two. Look at Flo's mentors, like at this point, almost half a head high, taller. and bring her hand back and just swing it forward. You see the flames just wreath up her arm. As she summons the blade. For a 15, I don't think that hits. Does that hit? It would hit, because he doesn't have armor on. Yes, that does hit. Because he doesn't have armor. For another 9. And Flo, you hear a and he's staggering. He just whips around to stare at the woman who just punched him straight in the kidney. Romulus.
Romulus will hold his action, I think.
That guy's unconscious.
Yeah, I think Romulus will hold his action until the path is clear, and then hopefully be able to kind of run up after the animals, and will Eldritch Blast the first cultist he can see in range once the animals move.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. Romulus, and then it was Craren. So Craren, you're up next. So you're holding action. That means Craren, you're up.
Oh, holding action. Holding action? What kind of eroticism are we doing here?
We have an animal-based conga line currently causing some challenges for the feasibility of swordsman.
There's a
and
giant ape butt.
the giant ass in
There's
his
a giant-
face.
There's a giant ape bat, there's a giant bird bat.
So what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of butt stuff going on. Okay, good. That's established.
A lot of butt stuff and one cloaca.
Yes. So, at which point,
Checks out.
yes. Now, cat is murdering me. So I'm not going to do any action that you have to take into consideration. I'm just going to move Craren from point A to point B. So if you want to, you can feed cat.
Will feed cat?
So
Ja, jag kommer.
Craren will just nod towards Oren. Is about you. Will you be joining us over here in a moment?
Yes.
Excellent. Crane will be stopping somewhere around here because that's 30 feet, and he's done with his being done of doing things with stuff. Mm-hmm.
All right. That means it's... We're back behind the conga line with this guy.
You don't get friends with silent. You don't get friends with silent.
He's gonna step up here. Just go, you got this, to this woman, and she just nods. And he's going to bring out the bow on his back and shoot you twice, Flo. 16 and a 24.
Bullshit.
So, yeah, he steps up on this bedroll, brings out the longbow, and just in pretty rapid succession just fires off 2 arrows. And
I thought it was disadvantage if it was under 30 feet.
no, it's within
With
5
bow and
feet
arrow.
of you.
Okay.
No, wait, longbow. Is it? Range says
The
150, 600. So technically it would be... Technically it would be disadvantage, actually, because it's too close. The first one is a 9, I think.
No, it's
150 is normal range.
Yeah. My
600
bad.
is
Yes. Yes.
advantage.
So it's if he's within 5 feet or 10 feet of you, it would be within 10 feet of you. It would be disadvantage. Yeah. So 6 to 16 was 5 piercing, and the crit is 13. So a 18 piercing damage total as you feel just thump thump in your back of 2 arrows. They don't actually, they would be halved, both of them, because these are not silvered arrows. So 18 halved to 9. They didn't burn as bad as that crossbow bolt did.
It's fine, I'm doing math.
I'm sorry for messing things up.
It's fine, I just was like, wait, what was my health again? Okay, wait. I got this. Just do your stuff. I'm gonna calculate this.
Durin's gonna whip around. And
Was it 13 damage? All in all?
9.
9.
9 damage in all.
Okay, I overdid it just a tiny bit.
And you he's gonna whip around to look at the woman who just punched him in the kidney, and you hear and then pop as something shifts back into place. And you just hear a fuck from her. And he's once again gonna look over to you, Flo. How about this one?
Will do.
Well, you want her dead or alive?
She looks like a fighter.
You're no fun. And
You already killed one.
First one. Second one. First one, he slashes out with the talon. Gets her pretty good, but you manage to dodge the second attack. For 11 slashing damage. And do we have... Actually, I need to do something. Roll 20. There we go. And you, Flo, you just hear a cracking as his head twists slightly and just... Flo, take your friends and run now. And then his arms just go out and you recognize that glint that shifts in his eyes. He has taken too much damage. And your mentor is currently in berserker mode. That guy is going to look at this whole ordeal, take a slight step forward, and once again you hear that clank of the crossbow. And see if he hits you. Flo? For 13.
Misses.
Alright. So, Flo, you look at Durin, and then you hear the clang of a firing crossbow just as the bolt just zungs into the wooden cage next to your head.
And you could just see her slowly turn her head towards him.
And he's like, shit! Steps back and then steps into the gorilla and goes, fuck! these two have the same initiative. So this guy, he's going to roll a d10. That's an 8. I think he's still just staring into space with miring colors.
He can roll a wisdom save first to see if it gets out of it, remember?
Oh, yeah.
DC 14.
Wee, pretty colors.
That's a no.
Okay.
So he's still
Pretty
seeing
colors.
pretty colors.
Hold on a minute. What does an 8 do? Because an 8 does different things.
Oh, an 8 does different things? I thought it was 2 to 8. Oh, maybe it's 2 to 6.
7 to 8, the creature uses his action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
All right. Someone please roll me a d6. 1 to 2 is the harmed one on the ground. 3 to 4 is Durin. And 5 to 6 is the other cultist. So he's going to slash at the enraged were-raven. That's a decision. That he probably will regret at some point in his life.
I would imagine
The
so.
scimitar does not hit.
He's really gonna regret
Yeah,
this.
so he swings out towards this were-raven who just puts up a talon and shoves the scimitar away. Then completely like uncaring gaze just towards him. And then he can make that wisdom save again. It's a 14.
Breaks free. Yeah.
And he breaks out of his confusion just as he realizes, oh fuck, I just swung at that thing.
Oh, pretty colors. Oh.
I am dead. I am
Oh,
so dead. I
shit.
just went to shit.
So this land of confusion.
The other cultist is gonna look behind him, see a giant ape, and is gonna try to swing at that one because it's in the way. I don't think an 8 hits it.
Let me check the stat block for ape. Its armor class is 12.
All right, so giant ape gets swung at and just goes meh, and you hear a rattling of metal as the scimitar hits the cave wall. Oren.
Oren is going
It's
to
cultist and flow.
dash.
Okay.
Let's see. To there. So Oron has dashed. Which one of these cultists attacked the ape, by the way?
That guy,
one?
yeah.
Okay, so the ape did not like being struck at.
Surprise!
And is going to fist. Does an 11 hit?
It does not. As he brings
Thankfully,
up,
it has multi-attack.
yeah. Well, the first one, the cultist just blocks with the scimitar. The ape can see like his knees are shaking because of the power of ape.
Oh.
21 does
And a
hit,
21
however.
would just
You know, boom.
smack. And does 5 bludgeoning damage as this ape rears back its other hand and just sucker punches this guy. Well, not sucker punches, but just punches this guy in the jaw, basically.
Right. Yeah, so he blocks the first hit with the, like, holding up the scimitar as a shield, and then just thump straight in the jaw.
I forgot it
And then
had 2
he, without breaking contact, will actually.
He can get
Ow.
here.
Will that make room for people to get through?
A tiny bit. Not a whole lot.
A little bit? Excellent.
Axe beak big.
The other ape. Yeah, the axe beak is then going to let me find my axe beak stats. Okay, move that out of the way. Is going to get down here, which is still in base contact with
Yep.
the dude there, and is going to beak
This guy?
at him.
Yep.
This guy here.
Alright, roll.
But I don't think. Oh, I rolled fist, didn't I? No,
No,
I rolled
there's
beak.
beak.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
fist.
No, axe beak goes in for the beak, and the guy just basically dodges out of the way, just no, and then just at the ape.
And this guy, I think, should be able to move to here.
So it's about 5 feet climb up, and then you can move in.
Would he be able to get there, or would he have to?
Hold on.
Be a
So
little
it's
further
5 feet up
back.
there, and then he can get there. There's no.
Yep. Okay.
He can just about get there.
And then he is going to smack this one.
All right.
Let me get my sheet back. 7 doesn't hit.
Nope.
But a
23
23
does.
would.
Basically the same dance, except this time he's kind of reeling a bit. He managed to dodge out of, like, bat the first fist attack away, and basically just turns into the other one.
Yes, as it misses because he's turned, and then smacks again. Punches him right in the face on the other side, basically, as these two apes are just pummeling this poor bastard.
Yep. You just hear a crunching of bone as this guy falls limp.
Oh, he down?
Yeah, very down.
Yes. Apes are pleased with themselves. That is me. Done.
All right. It is it's Tristan's turn, the guy fighting Flo. And he is once again, this time, going to pull his arm back from your shoulder. You can see just blood running down his arm. The flames are still there, but now they're tinted in like this crimson. And actually, let me... It would be so nice if you could actually have the thing listed. That would be awesome. I need to check something, because the stat block has listed a spell, but not what the spell does.
I was about to say, shall I spell it out?
I will.
Oh dear.
I am about to hurt you.
Please don't, I'll be there next month.
Oh dear.
All right. I need you to make me a wisdom save of... What caster are you? You use... Okay, I need you to make me a DC 12 wisdom save. Yeah. You see, he pulling his arm back and then touches your face. And you feel this rippling through your entire body flow, as if your body's trying to seize up. And then he just goes, fuck. As he has used that one, as he tried to cast Hold Person on you. But instead brings his arm back ready to just punch. As it's your turn.
Donna, query.
Yes.
He's Silver Flame and he tried to use Hold Person. on a werewolf.
Yes.
But they don't think that werewolves are people.
No, they don't.
Hypocrite.
Duh. 15 hits. $47. Are you biting or are you slashing?
She's still biting this fucker's head.
You see him trying to batter you away, like keeping you at bay, but you just crunch, crunch, crunch. Yep, you have at least one more strike if you want. And in his like trying to fight you off, he managed to just hold your head up so you don't get in there.
I was about to say I want to use my inspiration on that. I want this fucker dead.
Okay, go for it.
Can you please just die?
He's still holding you
Pretty
at bay.
please.
You can see it, like you feel him struggling, and you can feel just like his arm shaking, muscles giving where you bit him before, but you just it's just about not able to get that bite in. You have bonus action and movement.
I swear to God, these guys are just like...
This time you managed to push your head down just far enough to get that bite in. Because 13 just hits.
Yes.
And he is looking really bad at this point. I'm not rolling any more con saves because he's already failed one.
She's just making sure.
Yeah, and he's
But
just...
she will she hear that people are coming?
Yeah, you can hear it. Like, you can hear of the monkeys, and then the clacking of beaks, and people shrieking, bodies breaking around you.
But can she hear that people are climbing up?
Give me a perception check. Hearing based. I mean, you can deduce that people are coming based on
Wait,
monkeys.
I'm listening.
Yes, so that is hearing based, so you have advantage on it.
Dang it. Anyway,
But
she will still yell out because she's like, okay, my mentor is going nuts. That's not a positive thing because he's scarier than me. So last time she howled, I believe Romulus kind of got... He got excited for the kill because she was excited.
yeah,
So she's now hoping now that she is howling kind of like in fear that he gets like the message like, don't come here.
Romulus, make me an intelligence check.
Hold on, Romulus.
Oh wait, none of us are intelligent except freaking...
Uh-huh.
Except the guy who's not there yet.
Yep. I mean, he isn't, quite there, so that's also...
Nope, that was the wrong character. Oh no, it was the right character. Sorry. I'm just
Alright.
rolling everything as Remus. My apologies.
Yeah.
That was the right character sheet.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought X-Bigs could fly. Yeah, they would be a bounce because it's pretty high ceiling in here. But Romulus would send, like, from that howl, with a 14, you can sense that something's off. Something's wrong. This whole situation is pretty wrong, but I'd say with the 14, which is pretty high, yeah, something is going very wrong. And there's like a shiver going through Romulus' body, like both from recognizing that howling as Flo, but also from pack mate in danger. Sure, 6. Yep.
I am a fool and have all 3 character sheets open at the same time, and so I'm clicking around and going, shit, which button am I pressing?
All right.
All the buttons.
Flo, Remus, you're up. Unless you want to move, Flo.
This person looks bad, right?
Yes, very bad.
Is it possible for her, since she's already kind of grappling-ish with teeth, that she can drag this person with her here?
I'd say you have to do a grapple check on your next turn to do that. Unless you want to turn the last strike into a grapple instead of damage.
I can do that.
Alright. So that's turned. So give me a athletics check. Oops, not negative. And
Oof.
we're gonna do an acrobatics. No. You get the grip in, you barely manage to like break past the hold, because he's basically holding his forearm up here, so you barely manage to get your head down enough to bite on, and then as you start to move, he twists his arm out of it and raises it as if to backhand you.
Yeah, so basically just moves over here.
Yep. Okay. Remus.
Since can't drag.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Well,
would have
so
heard
Romulus-
that howl just echoing through the hallways.
And he'll quirk an eye at Romulus, and Romulus will say, there's something odd going on up there, but still not sure quite what it is. And Remus just goes, well, we were coming to get Flo. Let's just hope it's not Flo in danger. And he will scramble up. 5, 10, 15, 20. Get to this cultist. Here. He is
Yep.
not raging. He's just going to smack this one around the head.
All right.
Sorry, that should just be a 15.
No, you would have advantage because the ape is on the other side.
Okay, that's a 25.
Yep. 25 does hit.
Cool. Just for 8 bludgeoning damage then.
I'm guessing body goes crunch.
Well, it's kind of like a casual walk up behind him, a casual swing into the side of his head, and the head just goes smack against the cave wall.
Casual smack.
Yeah.
Just a casual little crunch again. Yeah, just like a domino effect being like,
Yeah.
No,
just some brains spilling out.
your everyday.
And the
face
guy
on
just
it.
slides down the cave wall, blood smear and all.
Cool, and then he just carries on walking into the room. 25. Crosses over this body and this body and comes up to this guy.
Yep.
And smacks that one instead.
All right.
For 23.
That hits.
That's for number 6.
Your hammer making contact with this guy makes a satisfying crunch into his ribs. And he just goes, fuck.
I do believe it's hammer time.
Can't touch this.
Oh.
Send help. Elos! I mean, you
Elos
still have a
will
bonus action, Remus.
I don't have any bonus action stuff yet. I have a plan.
All
I'll
right.
start picking some stuff up soon.
All right.
Anyway, yes.
I'm moving the back speak so you can see Elos. Elos is being shackles.
Yes, so Elos will unpossess the shackles because they're now around that cultist.
All right.
Wrists. And hold on, I've lost his sheet. There it is. This cage. What is it made out of?
It's made out of wood that seems to have runes circling around each of the bars.
And does it look as though it's unlocked?
It's unlocked, yeah.
Cool.
You know those things that you never care to read? Those ones?
Yeah. Can he possess the cage?
That's a little bit too big, isn't it?
Is there a
I mean,
limit
I
on the
want to,
size
but-
of... Like, how big of an object? Is there a limit to how big of an object he can possess?
It doesn't say there is... Oh, it can only possess a non-magical object.
Yeah, the runes are distinctly magical.
Okay. He will just kind of get to there and just... Yeah, well, he'll kind of slide down here, looking at all of the random people coming into the room.
Feeling the frustration of the silver hands, no silver
Yeah.
flames.
And probably just kind of, like, flop down, hands on belly, just savouring it all. All of the frustration and the pain and the annoyance. He's getting a bit fat and slow.
Yeah, it's just... Alright, it's Cultist's turn, then Romulus, and then Craren. This cultist looks up at Durin and is just, shit. Bring it down!
Angry bird.
And she's gonna try and punch him again with the... Pact Blade? But no. She goes in, you can see that fire breathing her arm, and she brings it in to punch him, and he just grabs her hand in a talon and just... Yeah! and holds it there. Romulus, you're up. Craren, you're next.
Romulus will clamber up here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, and kind of survey the room and shout out to Flo and just go, Flo, is everything okay?
And just her like having like the guy just having her like this. Get everyone out! And she looks over to her mentor going berserk.
Oh, have they discussed enough to understand what that means then?
I don't think you did discuss that. Also, I forgot to check actually.
Flo did tell him that werewolves that can't control it goes berserk. Like she did the first time she bit someone. But no one of you have seen Flo go berserk yet.
She has yet to wear bear coats.
This is very true.
Well, seeing that he needs to extract people and knowing what his brother is like in terms of not being able to back down from a fight, he's going to fire off a couple of Eldritch Blasts then. He will target this one here first because it's the only one not engaged with Durin.
Alright.
If he can shoot through giant apes and all of the bodies and everything like that that's in the way. No, he can't. I'm assuming not with a 9.
Yeah, no. You try to not hit the ape and hit the cave wall instead.
Okay, cool. Let's fire off a second blast for 13.
13. First blast, the guy reacts to and turns around just as it hits him straight in the chest.
Yeah, for 10 force damage.
That is a lot of damage. And it carves a hole through his leather armor, and you can see like bits of his skin just flying everywhere.
Ouch.
And then he'll call out to Remus and he'll say, Remus, we kind of need to get out of here. The raven-looking guy is not quite with it.
But then they changed what it was.
If Remus have seen someone go berserk before.
Well, himself.
No, he's seen Romulus go berserk before.
Oh, yes.
Hitting
Yeah,
the nearest target.
Yeah. It probably took until Romulus said that for Remus to clock that Durin was in that state, and he kind of mutters under his breath, shit. And understands the assignment.
Alright.
And then, yeah, I think that's probably about it. Romulus will stand there, I think, for now.
Alright, Craren.
Yeah. He will shout. He will warn anybody that tries to climb up not to come any further though as well.
Okay. Hello?
Craren, ooh.
I'm going to assume it's Craren's turn,
Yes.
considering I don't hear you. I hear
You-
everyone else, but not you.
Can't hear me?
Now I
Now
can.
I
I hear you now.
Alright then. Craren, you're up. My
There you go.
microphone is being weird. Sorry about that.
That's well. There you
Fun.
go. Craren is just going to move here because there's an army in there. He doesn't necessarily feel that he needs to add to the sardine can feeling. That's his turn.
Alright. This scout that Romulus just shot at is going to whip around and try to put 2 arrows past, which would be at... Romulus would have half cover because there's a giant ape, and there's an axe beak in the way. First one is a 9, second one is a 13. I don't think any of those hit. Just arrows whooshing past, just clattering against the wall near Romulus. As it is Durin's turn, With no... I'm actually gonna... Again, anyone please roll me a d6. Actually, a d8.
Is this a date?
No, it's a fig. He is going to... once again, turn to this woman and slash at her with his talons. First one, yep. So bats the arm away on the first one, and then as she tries to block the second one, the slash comes down across her face. And with a cackling and snapping of beak, he is just gonna turn around, looking around, arms and talons reaching towards this badly hurt cultist or zealot fanatic. That guy is dead. He's no longer on the list. This guy next to you, Remus, turns to look at you and just... You're gonna save the little birdie? And he spits blood, and you can just... His mind seems to just gone. As he's going to try and stab you with the scimitar. There we go. But no, that's it gets lodged in the bedroll that he's standing on. It just it does absolutely nothing. Oren.
Oren is curious as to what's going on up there, so he is going to... That's 20 feet to there. And then 10 feet to there.
Keep forgetting to move
What
the
can
camera.
we see from here?
From there, you can see Romulus taking a little bit of cover around this corner here, and you can see something white stained in red. So you can see like the fabric of this guy's robes.
This dead guy? Or
Yeah.
unconscious guy?
This guy. He's dead. Unconscious guy is way up here.
Okay, in that case, he will dash just to get up next to,
Romulus?
well, just to get up here. Yeah, Romulus, just here.
All right. From there, you can see like this bottleneck of two dead bodies on the ground. Both the apes standing in the middle of this room with Remus on one side, a badly hurt cultist on the other, and this rather large half elf, half bird looking creature just going absolute ham on some of the cultists.
Excellent. This guy here,
Yeah.
underneath the axe pick, he's unconscious.
Yes.
So I will have the axe pick move to here,
All right.
and then attack this fellow here.
All right.
Speak.
You would have advantage because you're technically flanking, so that does hit.
And that will do some damage. 10 slashing damage.
Ooh, nice. So, Axbeak bends down and noms this guy, and you hear a as he's no more.
Oh, goodness. Then I'll have this ape move over to here, then.
All right.
And this tiefling alive? Awake?
It's well, technically not a tiefling, but that was the only thing. But it's a human woman, badly wounded.
Okay, I will have an.
Horns, it's hair.
Hmm?
It's not horns, it's hair.
It's
She's
hair, right.
she's basically wearing a skull headdress. 18 hits, yes.
Excellent.
Her entire focus
Doing
is
4 bludgeoning.
nice. Her entire focus was until she just got bludgeoned in the back on this huge hybrid raven creature thing, and her attention like looks back as her spine kind of goes. Can they?
Excellent. Is she still awake?
Oh yeah, she's still very badly hurt, but she's still standing.
Now, does the ape have advantage from where it is?
Technically, yes. Even
Okay,
though
so-
Durin is not really an ally at this moment, her attention is taken, like split between the
Okay.
two.
So it will punch again, doing another 7 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, getting her straight in the ribs, and Oren, you can see her reeling a bit, and she's basically like grabbing onto this guy's shoulder to remain standing.
Oren's just going to go to the other ape. Well, you should probably finish it. Oh, sorry, he would not be using Elvish, so yeah, you'd probably better finish it to the other ape, who will do pretty much the same. That's a
9.
crit if it's got advantage.
Yeah, I'd say so. 3 enemies, so yes.
Let's see. I guess that's
Both of those will hit.
excellent. Oh, okay. So the first one is a crit. So I just rolled twice, right? 6.
No, it rolls the crit for you.
Okay. Excellent.
Um,
Oh no, it rolled the second one for me down there. It won't roll the first one because I didn't hit the do the damage.
no, 6 plus 2 is the. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, you just hear a crunch as the ape basically lifts both hands and just thump down on her, and
Excellent.
I can't make raven sounds. It's a skill, not yeah, it's not a skill I have, but you basically hear a angry just kill stealing little shit.
Hey,
At the
now,
ape.
be nice.
This guy. All right, Oren.
Oren is done.
Okay. This is the cultist up, then it's Flo and Remus. Let me actually. Nope. He looks from Flo to the bird and then down to whatever this is, and just. You had to ruin a perfectly good day. And he's going to try to stab you. That guy's dead. I don't need that stat block anymore. Yay.
Is she stabbing?
Huh?
Who's stabbing?
This
Oh, never mind.
cultist is gonna go a little bit stab happy on Flo
Okay.
for 20.
Hits.
Oof.
For 5 slashing, halved to 2, and 7 necrotic. And as it's been holding up his arm, and it just pulls it back real quick and just straight into your chest. And just hopefully I can take you with me. So it's your turn.
I just did a wisdom saving throw to see if I'm still in control.
Yeah, you are.
Oh god. I was like, oh, wouldn't that be great? Every drop just loses control in here and be like, yay!
Fun!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Again,
Wait,
as...
that's not a dagger.
No, that's Predatory Strike.
Oh, yeah. Is it the same? Yeah. No, dagger is okay. It's only +1. It's not helping.
Bless you.
Thank you. 15 does hit, however. The first one, he, again, like, after I punched you in your chest, sees that you're gonna bite him again, I'm guessing. He just, no. And then his arm is so weak at this point that he can't stop the second one.
Oh dear.
That's 5.
Yeah, he's like, you see him just take that, knees buckling a little bit. He's leaning against the cave wall behind him. All right, and that
The
is
last one.
Yep, that's the last. That also hits. With that last one, you see like he's really buckling and puts his entire weight against this tiny shelf of the cave wall.
No, no.
Still have some movement.
So they're unconscious?
No, he's barely standing. You can see like he's shaking, trying his damnedest to remain standing. Actually, I'm gonna indicate who's unconscious. Let's put a snail on them when they go unconscious.
And Flo will yell again to basically get everyone the fuck out right now.
All right.
Oh,
and
but
that
where's the
she
fun
will-
in that?
If you want to become a werewolf or a were-raven, I will recommend it.
How will you get him under control?
Let that be my problem. Leave.
I just wish I could drag this fucking woman with me. But
All right, Remus, you're up. Ilos next. Oh shit, that one's dead. No, let me. That one's dead. There you go. Yeah, Remus, Ilos, then Romulus, then Craren.
I think, seeing, I think Remus will back away.
All right.
Yes, he will. So he'll take an opportunity attack from that cultist if they so wish.
Let's see. $18. Is he just
That
Don't
hits.
leave now? You caused this. $7. He's not very strong.
poke.
Yeah.
And and he will say, "Flo, I'm sorry for doing this," and he'll start smacking his hammer against the wall in an attempt to cause a bit of a cave-in.
All right, roll me an attack.
To narrow the gap.
That hits. You need to deal 15 or more damage. To cause a full cave-in, I was going to say, but you can start seeing rocks start falling.
Okay. He will. What he'll then do is he'll hold the second attack.
All right.
Until Remus and Oren start moving back out.
All right.
And he'll call out to Elos and he'll say, "Elos, keep an eye on Flo."
On it.
Yeah. So basically, he wants to make sure that Romulus and Oren step back.
All right.
Before he tries to hit for the rest of the attack, rest of the cave-in.
All right. Elos, then Romulus, then Craren.
Elos will kind of creep all the way over to where Flo is.
Okay.
And kind of just whisper it in her ear. I'll get you out of here, don't worry.
Don't worry about me.
Fair enough.
Well, I for sure am.
Elos is all over you.
Fair enough. Romulus, then Craren.
Romulus will take a step back down to here, then following his brother's instructions.
Got to step.
And will urge Oren to do the same. And he will ready his action to assist his brother with the cave-in if required.
All right. Craren.
Yes. I'm going to assume that Craren hears people coming, so he will just peek around the corner, just wondering what the hell is going on. Considering he's not necessarily privy to the discussion of what's happening on the inside.
All right. You calling out the question?
No.
Well, as you move up, you see Romulus basically backing away. And rocks start falling from the ceiling. I mean, fair enough. Anything else you want to do?
No, not really. Just observing curiously as people are walking, out of the place, not necessarily running, not necessarily fleeing. There's more of a there should be people fighting, but they are not. This is confusing.
All right. I'm actually going to... All right. Remus and Oren and Flo, you all see during just an even more snapping of bone is happening, and it's full body shiver, and the bleeding on his arm has stopped. And just deep breath, and he seems to relax a little bit and just Sorry about that. Flo, did you want him alive? And he points to the 2 badly wounded next, like to his left.
No.
Fair enough. Looks over to both of them. We're gonna strike them one after the other. 14 and a 19. I do believe both of those hit. Yes, they do. For 12 and... So what he does, he looks over, you see him just calm down and looks over to Flo with like twist of the neck, ask that question, and then look back at the two next to him, the one on the ground and the next, and just with the talons and lifting up, leaving both of them dead on the ground. And just apologies for distressing you. Finish that one and we can leave.
And just Flo looking straight back at this poor person.
Ready to go night-night?
That one's dead. That guy is dead. Oren!
Who's left?
The guy fighting Flo.
Oren's going to shoot a sneaky Eldritch Blast at that guy.
Alright.
Sneaky Eldritch Blast. That's a sentence.
He will have 3/4 cover from where you're at.
He'll still do it.
Alright.
He's not going to move from there because he understands.
From where
it,
you're
so
standing, you don't have line of sight. So you're gonna have to move a little bit.
I will actually move then. Do I have line of sight here?
You would have line of sight here.
Will you
Okay,
move
so-
in?
You will have 3/4 cover from where I said you have line of sight.
And where to go if I wanted to not have 3/4 cover? Maybe here, next to Flo?
You would have to be over here.
I'll do it.
Alright.
And yeah, he will. I don't have Eldritch Blast on my roll 20, so I'm going to roll at on D&D Beyond.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 21 to hit for my first smack,
That hits.
doing 5 damage, and then a 16 to hit for my second smack. Does a 16 hit this guy?
Yep.
Doing 6 damage.
Flo.
And then he's going to. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you want to do it? Because he's very dead.
Yeah, he throws these 2 bolts of basically force at this guy, and his head just explodes on the wall. And he's just going to turn to Flo. Just, your friend. I suppose he can speak for himself. Friend, are you yourself? That's the wrong voice. Just, no, that guy's an elf. So in Elvish, just, friend, are you yourself?
For now. Are we done?
So Eldritch Blast is not a spell, it's a cantrip.
Yes.
So he is going to side-eye the guy. Is he at full health?
He looks badly hurt. His cuts
So
and
he's going
bruises.
to-
And yeah.
Yep, he's going to give him a quick healing word. giving him 6 hit points back. Just, yeah. It's what I can do for now.
Thank you, friend. And yeah, we are currently out of combat.
Today's
Right,
session
well,
has been
that was
brought
that.
by you by the word overkill.
Yes! Definitely. And yes, so as the
Overkill and sporting phrases, casual kills.
Yes.
let me get that combat music out of here. And this eerie silence falls over the entire cave system. And there's a heavy scent of blood in the air, of ozone, of many spells being cast. And there are a lot of dead people around. One unconscious, who's still draped over that boulder, barely breathing, but still somewhat stable.
Over the boulder holder?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear, Remus, you can hear like bones crackling and body shifting as the large raven creature shifts back into what looks like a much smaller one, but the sounds don't stop, as with short intervals, a groan as a cut knits up, or a crunch as a bone resets. And just, oh,
That's
Crunchy.
a handy trick.
I can teach it to you if you want, little elf.
Oh, probably better not. I've got enough on my plate right now.
Figured.
It's not a no forever. Just right now might get me in a little bit more trouble than I already am.
Speaking of, Flo.
So basically, they see her over this body right now, and she is pissed. So she rips off this guy's head.
All right. Well, he goes night night because he had 0 hit points.
And she will just turn around as her name is said. So, oh, that was wrong.
Wrong token.
There we go. And she will just like jump up here and like you can see her like hug him, and you can see her tail going.
Yeah. How in all else did you find this place?
And she just looks up at him like a puppy with ears all the way back.
Yeah.
We met this like these silver hands that pretended they were traders and or merchants, and they told me about you, and I realized it was you, and
Ah,
Oh, yes, she goes.
and
I'm
I
glad.
know I'm not. And then she starts crying, and I know I'm not part of the order anymore. But
I'm glad, because I don't have to report whatever that was. And he points to the guy whose head you just ripped off. And also, you're not part of... You're not in my faction. Not my business. Jericho would have a field day, though. But I
You
don't
don't think she would be very mad at me, do you?
I don't have to tell her.
And you can see her go like this. Yay!
You're
Oh, goodness.
you're not Pala anymore. I don't have to tell her. But
Could you maybe give some help like you did to me?
And she kind of looks toward the end of like over here because she can still smell.
all right. All right. Well, I'd like to say yes, but I haven't eaten in... What day is it?
Yeah, what are the days called in this place?
Oh. Gotcha, I got
Um,
snacks.
It's 4 days before the full moon.
14.
14, sorry.
Right. I haven't eaten in 3 days. So, let's leave.
Oren is going to pull some kind of snack, because he sort of carries them around out of his pack, and just hand it to him, just to tide you over till we can stop somewhere and make a proper meal.
He looks at you, Oren, looks at the snack, and then, you know, like how birds are like mine?
Yep.
He'll snag it and just start munching. Ah, aren't you
Yeah.
kind one? But
I wouldn't
Points-
say that, but your
points still,
family, I guess.
point still stands. Let's leave.
Get out of here.
Yep.
I gotta go grab a couple dogs. Which one of the fellows speaks with animals?
Remus.
Remus.
Remus, let's just convince them when they wake up. I'll give them a little nudge. That they should probably believe us when we say that something bad came through and killed all their friends, so now they're ours. Yeah?
Well, we're going to need to have the same conversation with Sasha and her little troop when they come back, I'm sure, from
Yeah.
hunting rabbits.
And we should also grab them horses.
And we should probably search this place quite well. And
Yeah.
I hate to say this, like, there's a lot of silver around here that could possibly be sold and melted down into something that's a little bit more usable and lycanthrope friendly.
Well,
Us-
silver's not lycanthrope friendly, but
No,
We
no
could be most into
silver
coins
is
to
like
buy
in
shit.
silk. No.
Well, technically, it's when the silver is inside the skin. But
oh,
It's just that it hurts me a little bit more when I touch it because, well.
yeah, true. I was turned, she was born. I'm gonna...
Hi.
wow.
But you can stand around and talk. I'm leaving. I need air. It's gonna keep munching on the snack.
We'll catch up with you. And
Sounds good.
once I'm back there, I'll make you a stew.
Aren't you a homely person?
Ah, thanks.
He's very homely. He even said he would make me clothes.
Oh, you make clothing, little elf?
Yeah.
He is our resident farmstead.
Well,
Walking, talking farmstead.
he looks at you, like with like an evaluating gaze, and then just shows the linen shirt he's wearing, just holding it out. You can see like it's slashed to all shit, and you can
Oh.
see like skin through it, and just couldn't fix this, could you?
Would he have I probably could. What would he have in his pack that he could give him to cover up a little bit better?
I mean,
At
you're
the
a
moment.
bard. You probably have some form of costume change.
Yeah. Oh god, I think he gives him one of the Nana Nip items to put over him for now.
All right.
Don't judge. Just a little loan till I can get this back to you.
You saved me from the cage. Well, that was Flo. From this thing. I'm not gonna judge. You could put me in a dress and I wouldn't care.
I mean, I have one if you'd want it.
I don't think it will fit.
Oh. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, little elf, when you've had 200 years to work on your everything, I don't think a dress will fit.
Yeah, nah, I'm a skinny little bitch.
Yup, I would love you. And then he's just gonna walk up and stop briefly at Romulus, cocks its head, and just. And then looks at you, Remus, and does the same, just. Odd.
Yes, I know. Fire and brimstone and all that.
Not what I was thinking of, but sure. Skipping down this way, stops at Craren, just. Elves popping up out of the woodworks, or stoneworks.
And then you see just
Obviously.
Flo like sprinting to get like a puppy, going to get like her get the clothes that she saw that was her mentors being like taking them as fast as she can. She doesn't like stepping on every body all along the way.
Squish, squish. All right.
And like just taking it all up, making sure that none of her blood comes on it, being like, and then like doing this on her hands, being like licking and like seeing like the dead people on the ground, like trying to like get it off her hand.
All right.
Eventually,
Eventually Durin will make his way past everyone. Just stopping to look at everyone and before settling down on one of the crates down here and just. Oh, that's a shame. Looking at the priest that Craren killed. I wanted to do that.
and she will just like bring his stuff over.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, they're quite powerful.
Yeah.
Very handy. If you know what I mean.
Oh, you mean your pack cub? Yeah. I can see that. Looks at the guy with no head. Looks
And she will
at
just
the
make sure
pile
that
of ashes that was a bandit.
And she will just make sure that no one hears her saying this of the rest of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame though that I didn't get to keep any of these. Would have been fun to send them back at them. After everything they're done.
I always liked how you think, Flo, but you've got time. Oh.
Do you mind giving a message to our mistress?
Sure, I was gonna contact her anyway.
Have you heard of a big serpent that might overrule the silver hands that can fly?
I am not. This is curious. Well,
Because I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Are you talking about the prophecy or the
creature itself.
I know what you're talking about. I know we talked about it, but I can't remember right now. I'll look it up after stream.
Coaxal?
Quaddle?
Coloxal, yeah.
Quaddles.
Coaddle.
Yes. Big serpent.
I think it was called Coaddle. I
Flo.
remember you telling me about those, you see.
Flo. Cub. Pup. Quaddles are dead. They vanished thousands of years ago.
And I have found one that hasn't hatched yet.
You're serious?
We will bring them down on their knees.
I like how you think. Gonna have to. Ooh. I wonder how much Yafei will owe me if I tell him.
I think he will be quite pleased.
The kitty cat would love these. Love this. Now, before we make your friends uncomfortable, because I'm pretty sure that Remus and Romulus were approaching pretty fast as well.
Just keep on playing with how they think I am.
I don't even know how you are, Flo, and I raised you, kid. I swear it's on from your mother's side.
And she will just look innocent and like her tail has not stopped wagging. She just looks like a happy pup from far away.
All right. I'm guessing the rest of you are meeting up as well down in this. Or are you looting the bodies, or what are you doing?
Oren is definitely looting. Anything
Suddenly there's an
useful.
EOS in the room.
Yes.
Yeah, anything useful he will grab.
Elos might have mending. Hold on. I haven't checked.
Elos does have
I think he does.
Yes, Elos have mending. Perfect. Well, on the bodies you find white robes wearing that same like under where the belt is, so they can remain hidden. You have this odd kind of silver flame mark with the halo around it. A few sets of really nice leather belts, some nice boots. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 silvered scimitars.
Delicious.
And a light crossbow with, let me check how many arrows he would have left, or bolts, with 8 silvered crossbow bolts left.
Ooh.
There's also a long bow with a quiver of 12 regular arrows. Some now ruined leather armor that you can take.
Is it ruined so badly that a mending would not fix it?
No, mending would probably fix it, but it might take some time to fix them up.
Well, Aaron's got nothing but time.
Yeah. And yeah, Craren, Remus, and Romulus, as you come down the path, the spectre still standing there, like.
Do-do-do.
And you can see the sun is about to set outside.
Romulus will turn to the Spectre and basically ask the question of it. Kind of say, do you remember your life before you became a Spectre? Do you have the memories of the person you were?
Memory. Some, yes.
Are there any more of your cult in the area that may pay us a visit?
Not here, no. Other places.
Other locations in Drone?
Several, yes.
Specifically?
I don't know all specific. Know of one. Under the crag.
Okay.
Our chief stays there.
Okay. In that case, I didn't need you. And unless you have any useful information to share.
Useful to who?
To the enemies of the Silver Flame. Yeah.
Information I have. We were fighting an evil. Our chief, Belen, works with the daughters to fight it. But not us anymore. You saw to that.
And what is this evil?
Primordial. Old beyond words. I don't know their name. Declan had information.
Well, shit.
All right.
In that case, yeah. He kind of then just dismisses her. Technically, it's until we have a long rest, but if it's just easier, I don't think you're going to get anything more out of it.
She doesn't really know anything else.
Okay, cool.
The problems with cults.
Yes. Then effectively we'll make our way back up into this room.
All right.
and I guess we'll start searching through Declan's stuff, and then Remus will also then have a quick chat with the doggos.
All right.
Attempt to convince them that they don't need to fight us anymore.
All right. So give me a investigation check for going through their stuff, and Durin is not really gonna do a lot more talking because it kind of involves Nathan, and he's not here. But
that's Romulus doing the investigating whilst Remus is
talking with Dogosh, yes. It's a pretty high. Yes. Okay. You do find a total of how much was that? 85 gold pieces, 212 silver, and 18 copper. And those 212 silver includes the 30 that were in the bag that Declan threw to Romulus.
Ooh. Shiny.
You also find an assortment of dried fruits and vegetables and meats, totaling about 30 rations. Enough to feed this place for about 3 days, because there were a lot of people here.
If you don't mind, Oren might take some of that to make a delicious stew for our starving friend and the rest of us.
Well, I was expecting us to try and take most of it with us anyway, so.
Yep.
Yep.
But he'll take probably, just enough to make them a meal right now. Make us all a meal right now.
Yep. Absolutely.
Use his spice pouch to make it good.
You also find the secret menu item that was redeemed for Remus.
Ooh.
Which is a pair of boots of flying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the secret menu item that was redeemed for Flo is a ring of feather falling.
I can be a werewolf cannonball.
Yes, you can.
Wait. If you've got a ring of feather falling, does that mean you're an airwolf?
Yes. Airwolf 1.
Really?
Which also means that Remus could technically grab Flo. Click, click. Whee! Cannonball.
Let me at him. Let me at him. I will take half bludgeoning as well.
Deploy werewolf.
Yes.
So deploy werewolf and deploy barbarian, right? Because then you just barbarian turns the boots off and lands on top of them as well.
Yep. I had not planned this. This is fun. And with the 17, you also find in one of the crates next to the bed a stack of what looks like journals and papers with notes on them. In a very fine, precise hand. Just page after page after page. I'd say with the 17, the first page basically says evidence of activity in the region capital of Drolkantar. Ogre ruler of same name making deals with the Lords of Dust, though greater force seems to be behind the Lord's sudden interest in Droam. Strange knights have been spotted in Drolkantar, Suthardral and the Shadow Crags. rumors of a captured knight in Shay Lora Lindar, though agents cannot get close to the face spire as it is protected by blasphemous magic. I'm gonna copy that and post it on the Discord. So it's basically the first page. I'm gonna post it there. Nope, that's not how that works. That's how that works. There we go. And you also find several crates with darning materials, like clothes fixing. You have yarn of several colors, red, white, black, and blue yarn, and thread. They have just scratched the surface, Jason. There might be something of Bastion in there as well.
Right when Romulus comes across that crate, he literally kind of tilts it over slightly and just shows it to Oren and just kind of like points at it.
Yep.
Yeah, Oren is just, I can make some good things with that. Yoink.
And all of you can basically see Durin sitting on the crate. The crackling of bones and body has stopped. Instead, he's basically just, because you could see his long blonde hair was all matted and bloodied, and the braids he had were all weird. Start on take out the braids and redo them all out. And it takes all of you a moment, but then you realize he's preening. He's pruning his hair. You know, like a bird.
Oren's going to side-eye him, just want a hand?
What? Oh. Well, if you want to take the back, it's matted and bloody though.
Oh, yeah, and he's gonna sort of move around behind him and prestidigitate all the grime out of his hair for him.
Oh, it's just... I hate feeling dirty.
Oh, you and me both.
And
Flo finally takes off her hoodie and he can see her badly cut, eaten hair.
What did you do?
She keeps this monster that she insists on
They
dragging
keep
around.
calling Elam a monster.
Elam,
freak of
Just a
nature.
mule.
Elam is still alive. I'm impressed.
I kept him alive. He's very helpful.
Flo,
Eats everything, though.
Flo, if he chews on my hair, we're having mule steaks.
I'm not sure how good that'd taste.
I promised he wouldn't do that.
It took me... You know what? I don't care.
You
No.
know it will grow out again real fast.
Oh, I know. For
It's
for
just-
you, yes.
And I mean, you remember that village that I sometimes end up going through?
Mm-hmm.
That I accidentally changed in my first time?
Yes, that was quite exciting. I'm still very happy your father wasn't there for that.
They kind of still remember the long-haired one, so I cut my hair just to not look as threatening.
That's
And they didn't realize. They also
something.
were kind of staring at Elam.
If that mule is still walking onto the lakes, I don't blame them. I really don't blame him. Ah!
He's-
Elf!
Why does he do that?
I think he's cursed.
Ah,
That's me.
got it.
I mean, everyone calls me a curse, but I'm nice, and he's nice.
Did he piss off a goddess too? Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Well, since we are a group of pups, 2 dogs, and whatever that is, and he points to Elos.
I think it's a woozle.
Looks like a weasel. Why is it flying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he does that.
Distant relative to the heffalump.
Yeah.
Someone's been in
He's
the
very
Feywild.
nice, and you can. He's very nice, and she kind of like walks over and just shows him that she does this, and it kind of like goes like this.
Accordions, the
Yeah.
weasels just. Did you spike those snacks?
Nah, that thing just has no spine.
Right. Well, I owe that thing. Because those shackles were nasty.
Yeah, you can literally make him sit on his own head. It's great.
If you don't mind me asking, Turin, how did they catch you?
Well, you see, there was this story about a group of merchants running around away from bandits. And you're not the only one who fell for it. Except,
Oh, I feel less of an idiot now.
well, they didn't shoot you full of silver arrows, did they?
Nah.
You can see Flo being like,
No.
No, we shared their camp with them, and I went snooping and found their weapons and took them. So yeah.
I didn't really have that option. I came here because, well, long story short, he's gonna stand up and basically put one arm in the small of his back, the other one in his chest, give a bow, and just Durin Flail, Bran Hersir of the Fela, or you know, the military police of this ring.
Oh.
and you can see Flo just going like,
It's kind of my job to help people who
What?
live here when they get in trouble.
Wait, you're police.
In what sense would you define police given this context?
Yeah.
I am a 250-year-old elf who turns into a bird. In a land ruled by hags and inhabited by monsters.
And
I do not care what you do in your spare time as long as you don't hurt the citizenry.
I like your
Got it.
interpretation of the law.
Or if you do what
Really?
she does and tries to bite everything that moves.
I feel
Oh,
And
I
you can
only
see
bite
her
with
ears
enthusiastic
going
consent.
down.
Nah, I only bite with enthusiastic consent, mate.
I like you too. That's keep
She
saying.
goes and sits with the crates, being like ears down, tail between her legs, being like, I'm sorry.
Flo, it's not my problem anymore. You're not Fela.
Wait, she was a
Well,
cop too?
You haven't told them.
I kind of failed a mission and I picked someone. So I kind of got banished.
kinda banished. On a scale from 0 to banished from the country.
She's not banished.
I'm not like banished, but I'm like, I can't return to the blood hunt until I prove that I can control myself.
All right.
Go on.
And I mean, everyone here is dead. So they're not werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's
no
silver
werewolf.
flames, so that will be a little bit of a bonus to the mistress.
Yeah, there's definitely only one werewolf here. Yeah.
Do roll me a deception check.
Which one?
Oren. Where did I put my stat block? There's my stat block.
Craren, liking Durin's take on things, is going to casually, just while everyone else is talking, just casually slipping a contact card.
Nice.
Oh, I nat won that? Really? I'm gonna use my inspiration on that. That's silly.
Okay.
I have a feeling that
That's a 15.
we might be in touch.
Interesting. Yeah. Durin's gonna take the card and just look at it for a moment. Look at you. Alright. Puts it in one of the pockets of his... and you can tell, like, now that you're up close and personal, the cloak is kind of like... You know how the old Sherlock Holmes movies kind of coat? But with a huge hood. And it's not black, it's very dark blue. And has this gold trim around it. He's not wearing it right now because his clothes and everything is still a bit grimy. But he puts the card in one of the pockets. And looks... First looks over to Craren with like this almost piercing gaze. As if you can almost hear the cogs grinding in his head as he's figuring something out. And then he looks over to Oren and just tilts its head with a really kind of gaze.
What?
Can Craren reach into his pocket and carve some scrying wax from his pocket and pour into his hand?
Yeah, sure.
It's like, you might want this as well, just pouring it over into his hand. Things might be easier for you. Because Craren isn't sure if he has any idea of what a scrying candle is, or if he has a grasp on magic or whatever of the sort. So it's more of a, put this in your oil lamp That should help.
I shall try. I'll try most things once.
I'll try anything twice.
Getting shot by silver arrows is not something I want to try again, although that wasn't my first time.
Well,
Do you happen to know what these guys were on about? And holding out the necklace, just showing that this isn't their normal emblem. What's going on?
These guys... I'm going to assume all of you know what the silver flame is. And he looks to the all, and all of you know it's the main religion in the kingdom of Thrain. And the Quattle you have in the basement was talking about the silver flame. It's basically what happened when the Quattles sacrificed themselves and teamed up with humans. And now people in this kingdom believes that their head of church is the only thing keeping the demons of the demon wastes away.
Bullshit.
I mean, that's what they believe. It's just looking from all good.
I mean, judging from what experience they have and what little evidence they do possess, it's not far off.
And he takes picks up one of the sticks from the fireplace and lifts the chain with it. This is the marker of, let's call it a sect or cult of theirs, called the Servants of the Pure Flame.
Right.
Yeah. When I said I wanted to kill that fucker myself, I was not kidding.
Sorry you missed out.
Eh.
I mean, we can make him speak and you can kill him again, quote unquote. Kill him.
I can find others. It's not like they're gonna stop anytime soon, but...
Well...
Craren?
Go ahead.
Craren? And she will, like, tug on Cran's shirt. Can you speak with the dad?
Maybe.
And her ears will go all the way back again. Could you? And she points at the one that touched her hood. Could you ask him some questions?
Such as?
Why he's hunting like people like me? You spoke like you knew who I was.
If that's what you want, I presume we could.
And if there's more places like this close to... And she looks at her mentor.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to know if they have, like, more places like this, because it's not safe for anyone like me or change shifters at all. Even I've seen them even kill, like, families of changelings just because they change.
I would like those answers myself.
Now, yes, speak with Ed is handy. It is. But whoever you're asking questions is much like when they were alive, under no moral obligation of telling the truth. So while you might get answers, Might be stupid answers. We can try.
That being said, the Spectre outside did turn around and say that there was at least a few more cells in the area, and the chief of said cell was under the crag.
What?
And you can see her ears perk.
Under the crack.
And she looks at her mentor.
You have Remus. You have his undivided attention. Well, wait. Yeah, it would be Remus. He was there as well. Has his undivided attention, and is almost creepy, like dark gray eyes just laser focus on you. I need more information. And I think...
Well, that's...
Yeah.
Good. Well, I was going to say, well, that's all the Spectre had, so...
Shit.
God dang it.
Yes. But, yeah, we are going to be wrapping here, and then we can take the long talk about this next week when we have Romulus. And Durin can yell at Flo for real.